Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your news report and second stimulus check update. By the way folks, I am doing a huge Amazon gift card giveaway. And all that you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications. And leave a comment down below telling me that you gave this video a like. Now let's get into the latest news about a third stimulus check of $2,000.
Well, look, I think one of the things that we have now is a majority in the Senate that's going to do the work of democracy, which is bring bills forward for a vote. The problem we had before in this country wasn't that we were losing votes, it was that we weren't having any in the Senate. So with a new Senate majority leader, with the Democrats in control of the Senate, we could bring bills forward that have the vast support of the majority of the American people. Bills like closing loopholes on background checks, bills like standing up and stopping corruption and cleaning up our government.
Now this report from Yahoo Finance claims that a $2,000 stimulus check is still possible. According to President-elect Joe Biden, if Democrats Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock beat incumbent Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler and Dave Perdue in today's Georgia runoff elections, then $2,000 checks will go out the door. The statement made during a campaign event for Ossoff and Warnock in Atlanta is the strongest indication yet that Biden will push for a third stimulus check after his inauguration.
H.R. 1, the For the People Act. This is about moving those items forward that already have the wide support of the American people. Things like relief checks that will really help families that are struggling.
Is that your top priority? You know, you and I have spoken a lot about the economic distress many people are in. What's the first order of business you want addressed?
Well, I do think absolutely survival checks for people. We are in a disaster situation. That's what coronavirus is. It's a disaster. It has devastated our population, our economy, our healthcare workers, so many frontline workers. So our first and foremost duty has to be to respond quickly to the imminent and ongoing disaster. So that means getting more money into the hands of families, keeping a roof over families' heads so they can continue to pay their rent or their mortgage to avoid a wide-scale housing crisis. I think this is top of mind. And then I think the next big issue is really doing the work of cleaning up our government.
It was just a few days ago that Senate Republicans blocked a vote for a House-passed bill that would have increased second-round stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. The Cash Act would have also bumped the extra per child second stimulus check amount from $600 to $2,000 and allowed the extra payment for any dependent regardless of age. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell called the Cash Act socialism for the rich because it would have authorized payments to wealthy people who are not impacted by the pandemic instead of only targeting people in need. Everybody tell me what your thoughts on Mitch McConnell. Everybody, what do you think about Mitch McConnell? Is he holding back our second stimulus check of $2,000?
You're showing the American people who've put their trust in us that we are going to take steps to make government work the way they think it should, which is fighting for them, not fighting for corporate special interests. And both of these Senate races, both Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff, who I endorsed and have gotten to know, made standing up to corruption a centerpiece of their campaigns.
Now, since Republicans currently control the Senate, McConnell was able to avoid a vote on the bill, which was passed last week by the House. Without a vote, the Cash Act expired at noon on Sunday when the 116th Congress ended. However, if the Democrats win in Georgia, the Democrats will take control of the Senate, and McConnell will no longer determine which bills get a vote in the Senate. With Democrats in control of the House, the Senate, and the executive branch, there is a high chance that a third round of stimulus checks will be approved. There were even a number of Republican senators that came out in favor of $2,000 stimulus checks last week.
Well, I think one really important thing to understand is that oversight isn't a partisan obligation. Regardless of who's in the administration, we still have an obligation to make sure government's working. And so that work is going to continue. And of course, the Oversight and Reform Committee also oversees private sector. The problems that we've seen with pharmaceutical price gouging, with health insurers, denying claims, with surprise billing, all of these concerns continue. Although I hope that President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will work on these issues. In the meantime, we have an important role in the Oversight Committee to expose the problems.
Big money influences bad policy, no matter who is in office. The problems have to be exposed. We've got to go, but then quickly, should people start to assume they are going to get topped up and get those $2,000 checks now?
Well, I think people need those checks. I don't think that anyone is going to go out and purchase anything today.
Including Loeffler and Purdue. So if a vote is allowed on another bill authorizing $2,000 stimulus checks, it has a fairly good chance of passing. In the meantime, the IRS started sending out stimulus checks last week. Your second round payment will be $600 plus $600 for each dependent under the age of 16. If your 2019 adjusted gross income is $75,000 or less for single filers, and $150,000 or less for married couples filing joint returns, you will generally receive the full amount of your second stimulus check. Most payments will be by direct deposit. However, if the IRS doesn't already have your bank account information, you will receive a paper check or a debit card in the mail.
And the Senate Democratic majority is committed to delivering the bold change and help that Americans need and demand. Senate Democrats know America is hurting. Help is on the way. And we have 2 new senators coming to help. One of the first things that I want to do when our new senators are seated is deliver the $2,000 checks to the American families. Senators Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff ran first-rate campaigns. They will be outstanding senators.
Card in the mail.
To debate new regulations that have nothing whatsoever to do with this crisis? That's what they're up to over there. American people need to know it.
And for those of you that are on SSI and SSDI payments, the second round of stimulus checks are out for delivery, as long as you meet the requirements for another check. As long as you meet the requirements for another check, you can expect to receive yours via direct deposit or in the mail as an EIP card or paper check. When determining how much of the $600 payment you receive, the IRS and Treasury Department consider your age, tax filings, adjusted gross income, pension, Social Security benefits, SSI and SSDI, and whether you count as someone else's adult dependent. If you're over the age of 65 and recipient of supplemental security income or Social Security disability insurance, you were eligible for a first stimulus check and will also be eligible for a second check. That means if you're part of the SSI or SSDI program, you would qualify for a check just like you did in the first round, so long as you have a Social Security number and you are not claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. That's according to CNET.com. Also, your household income must not exceed the threshold of $75,000. With that being said, everybody, that is all the news in today's video. I hope you found this video useful. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. On this channel, I always provide you with the most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check information, SSI information, and SSDI information. And of course, the newest news on your unemployment benefits.